And welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live. I am your host, Chief Nosy Bystander, and today we're going to be talking about this story, which is, I know it's a little early for y'all, and it's only Wednesday, but that's okay. Please don't pay any mind to this. I should have never buffed my face. I buffed my face, and then I buffed it too hard. Okay, so I guess you call it a chemical burn? It just looks gross. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Amber Wheeler's story. Now, her story has gone incredibly viral on Facebook, and we're going to be getting into the details of the story because it's really convoluted. It's got to do with a death, murder, and then very unusual acting parents. So even the parents are acting bizarre. The next thing that's really ambiguous is that this girl was murdered on March 2nd. Okay, March 2nd. And her body's still unclaimed. Even though she's been identified, no one claimed her body, not even her own parents. So, ooh, child, let's get into the story. But first, let's see who's all in the building. Now, we're probably going to have a show at 5 o'clock today, but it'll be a short show and it'll probably just be news because I have to produce someone else's show. She's a baker. She goes by the name of Cece. If you speak Spanish, just come watch her. She's got millions of followers, so I'm going to be producing her show. So it's going to be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I never produced someone else's show on someone else's platform, so it should be an interesting go around. But I have to produce her show at 9 p.m. Eastern, so I'm gonna have to cut my show just a little short so I can like kind of help facilitate her. And this is just one creator helping another. Okay, that's really what it is. She seems like a really nice lady. We want to help her out. Okay, so we will have a show today at 5 o'clock, but it'll be pretty short. It'll probably be about 30 minutes, and I'll just stick with the news. I want to talk about, for tonight's show, I want to talk about um, Black China Angela White and her debut on Fox News because she is lighting herself up to be the next Stacey Dash, the next Candace Owens. You name it, she's doing it. And it is a perfect listen, if you gonna grift, you better grift at Fox News, a $1 trillion news organization, and that's the best place for Black China to be. And I'm here for it because when it comes to a hustle, Black China gonna hustle. Okay, but first, let's see who's all in the building before we get into this. Wherever the thing is at, it's either right here or right here, wherever the story is at. First, let me turn my AC off. I don't know why it's so loud. We're back. Okay, let's see who's all in the building. Okay, um, that's me saying it's so bizarre. Oh, what's up, Stephanie? Hello, outspoken introvert. Hello, Nunya. How you doing today? Hello, Kay. Hello, Kamiko. Anissa knows by saying I came across your channel the other day and have been borderlining binge watching. Okay, OS or OS, however you pronounce that. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Thank you. Please, it's binge worthy. There's laughs. There's oh, I don't really cry on camera because I think that's cringy, but no shade to people who do. But there's definitely a lot of swearing, and somehow YouTube just lets me get away with it. Crazy, but thank you. I appreciate that, Kay. Hello, Kamiko. Hello, V Haggard. Hello, Mommy and Mosho. How you doing today? Hello, Dre. Hello, Callie. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Kimby. Hello, Callie again says, hey. Hello, Shay's Place. How you doing today? Hello, Shaw Shaw. Hello, Chosen One. Hello, Statement 92. Hello, Duro's mom. Haven't seen you here in a couple of weeks. Where you been? She said, girl, being a mom. Hello, 15 to Boss. Hello, Amber. Hello, Nisa. Hello, Sassy. Hello, Ezrika. Hello, Lexi. Hello, Jazzy Old Lady says, hey, my nosy fam. Hope everyone's in good spirits. Child, because last night was a hot ghetto mess. You probably weren't here last night. Last night was ghetto. As what's new? Seriously, what's new? It's always ghetto. Hello, Amber. Hello, Watson, all the way from Facebook. Hello, Sean Joseph. How you doing today? Hello, Lori. Hello, Planet Free Spirit. Hello, Yochita. Hello, S. Renee, all the way from Facebook. What's up? She said, hey, Chief and Nosy Cousins. It feels weird being with y'all so early. I know most of y'all are probably at work. Hello, Miss Benita. Hello, Kel, all the way from Facebook. Hello, Yochita. Hello, Shan. Hello, Suli. Hello, Ty Rich. Hello, Rose Island. Again, all the way from Facebook. Okay, Facebook. Shout out to Facebook. Hello, Natalie. Hello, Yvette. Hello, Sean. Hello, Shay. Shay Lopez says, hey, how you doing today? Hello, Greatness. Hello, Roxanne, all the way from Facebook again. So let's get into this story. We really got to just start from the top. And Trey Mazie, who happens to be Amber Wheeler's best friend, really lays down the blueprint to this entire story. So I'm going to read it to you, but I just want to blow my screen up so you guys can see it as clearly as possible. Okay. So this is Trey Mays. This is Amber's best friend for a number of years. I don't know how long, but they seem like really good girlfriends. Trey starts off her post here. And I'm sure there's more, but I don't have much of it. So Trey starts off her post and says this. This is the last time I talked to my best friend, March 1st. This is what her location was saying. And this was 2 days after she went missing. I went to her location to look for her, but it was just trailers. And I asked the lady, how often do they move? And the lady said every day. She never told me who she went on a date with. When I went to her house, her mother was acting really nonchalant, like she really wasn't concerned. I tried to make a police report, but they told me that only the parents could make it because that's who she lived with. The whole situation is weird. Now, she got into the text messages, and this is her and her BFF. Please, Trey, charge your phone. Her best friend says, what are you doing? She said, I just woke up again. What are you doing? She said, on my way, about to go meet this fine man. She said, going on a date? She says, yes, it was nice. Now she says, yes, it was nice. So she came back from the date, or she was still with the guy on the date, because she replied, yeah, I would love to know from Trey when these two messages were sent. When she said, yes, it was nice. But she texted her at 3:22 p.m. and asked her and told her she was going on a date. By 5 p.m., when the best friend replied back, it seemed like she had already finished up the date, but she might have still been with the guy. The best friend replied back the next day, Thursday, at like 1 o'clock in the morning, roughly 12:30 in the morning, said, what are you doing? Her friend never replied back. And by Thursday morning, around 11 a.m., she said, good morning. The next day, Wednesday, she says, why is your phone dead? And then that night at 11:38 p.m., she says, you okay? And then she posted this. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I think it might have been messages between her and her best friend. I don't know why she posted this. She then posted her friend's location. So she said this was her friend's location around 58 hours ago. It's just kind of like the map, but then she pulls it up on the satellite imaging. And again, she said it was a bunch of trailers. This is what the friend saw. It says BFF Amber. There's a bunch of trailers. Yeah. She then posted this, and it looked like Amber's phone had made its way to the Gulf of Guinea, but that's not correct. What happens is when your phone is just the service is off, your pinged location just changes, but it doesn't mean that that's where your phone was, because they did retrieve her body. She posted another image here saying her BFF was pinging off the coast of Guinea. Yeah, so that's where the story begins. Now she does go into more detail, and she posts a missing persons flyer of her friend. Amber was last seen on the block of North Lawn on Detroit's west side and was last spoken to on March 1st. Amber is 5'1". She has a large rose tattoo on her right shoulder, a nose ring on the left side of her nose. She has braces as well, and she also has severe eczema. Her friend Trey then says this, everybody who says that her friend being so secretive, I don't give a F who and what part y'all play in Amber's life. That girl is my best friend. I love and care about her. And not a day went by that we didn't talk. So if I'm asking what the F is going on, why y'all saying that I ain't got to explain stuff? She's referring to the family, because Trey, the best friend, has been exclaiming that the family is not being helpful to figure out what is occurring. Trey then posts this, that these MFs keep saying Why this just not being posted? It's been posted, and that she was missing on Instagram when I didn't hear from her for a day. I don't be on Facebook. I reactivated my page today when someone told me that people were saying that she was dead. So F on until I hear her voice. She's missing, like I've said. Now this is where the story gets crazy. Whoever this Benny Benz is, oh, this is Amber. She goes by, that's her nickname, Benny Benz. Okay, so because I couldn't figure out who that was. So Amber's best friend had posted this. Let me get back to the post. She said, "This was sent to me, a death report, bro. If you type in the address where it says found, it was across the street from where her last location was, at a motel. The same motel me and my cousin went to look for her, and they told me that they never seen her. Like, why are y'all playing?" Now, this report is insane because within this report, it shows a search of unclaimed and unidentified persons. If you die in the Detroit area, you're either identified and unclaimed or unidentified and unclaimed. Amber's name, and I'm going to zoom in here as close as I can. Amber's name appears right here, Amber Wheeler. This is her case number 2302819. Her date of birth is September 5th, 1997. And this is when she was found. She was found on March 2nd, the day after her friend texted her. And this is the location, 151 West Grant Boulevard. It's a motel number 20, room number 20. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that they haven't heard from, but it's very popular, the story on Facebook. This from 15. The boss said the location had me freaked out for real. Brittany says she posted that as the last message she received from her best friend on IG. Oh, got you. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, all the messages were green. They were all green. Wow, that's crazy. So the crazy part of to me, the craziest part of this story is that she was identified on March 2nd. Okay. She was identified on March 2nd. It's March 29th. Why is she still unclaimed? Listen, there are different tiers to funeral homes. The top tier, where you're going to get a whole, horse and pony show. And then there's just regular lock, stock, and barrel funeral homes that will take your body and give you a decent funeral. May not be up here, but you're going to be buried with some respect, right? And they're usually the ones that are down here. Like there's one in Cleveland called the House of Wales. It's closed now because it's so terrible. Another one was called, what was it called? They joke about it all the time in Cleveland because it's like the cheapest. You could bury someone for less than like $500. It's not the House of Wills. It's I forget what it's called, but it's just a running joke in Cleveland. Like you get buried here. So the fact that she has gone unclaimed is wild to me. Yeah, it's wild. What's up, YV? How you doing today? You said, wow, it's been a month. She's still at the coroner's office. Do you know what they do with you when you're at the coroner's office that long? They will cremate you and send you in and send you in a tin urn to whoever wants to pick you up because they're not going to just keep freezers for people. It's that simple. So you don't even get a respectable funeral. This for 15. The boss says, I keep seeing Trey saying to the parents, yeah, so the parents, we're going to get into more of those posts because the parents get incredibly secretive in regards to their daughter and just kind of like not even caring about their daughter's well-being or going to claim her body, right? Lexi goes to the parents make statement or anything. No. This from 15. The boss says, remember, I said some organ cells here in Detroit. Why wasn't her body claimed? I don't know. Yeah. She can't. She's not next of kin. You got to be next of kin to claim someone. But let's get back into the rest of her post because they are incredibly interesting. So, yeah, the best friend cannot claim her, unfortunately. No. So the best friend continues and says, thank you everyone for helping me. I appreciate that. She then goes on to say, so I'm here and I've been knocking on my best friend's, Benny Ben's, that is Amber Wheeler's door for a minute. I hear her dad say something like, someone's at the door. And I hear her mom talking, standing by the door, but she won't talk to me or my mom and won't open the door. She knows it's me. If they won't open the door. She goes on and says, so did her parents confirm her body on the 3rd or 5th? Because everyone's stories is changing. Or did they really go and see her? See, that's the thing. If because she has a name attached to her body, it could simply mean that her cell phone, right? The when the coroner showed up to the scene, because remember, only a coroner can identify a body. That means when the coroner showed up to the scene, she could have had her wallet there. She could have had her cell phone with her name in it. Something was identifying. It doesn't necessarily mean that the parents went to the coroner's office and identified the body. So she could have been identified by other means and other avenues. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes. Okay, good. So she could have been identified by other means and other avenues. But we don't know, because if you're showing up on a coroner's report as unclaimed, it means that didn't nobody come and get you. That means didn't nobody come and get you. So I'm thinking the same thing regarding organs. I don't even want to get that deep into it, but yeah. No, she wasn't reported missing on December 21st. She was reported missing on, hold on, I'll pull up the report. Give me 1 second. I'll go back. That's her date of birth is September 5th. And then it says when death report date is March 2nd. And then this is her case number, 2302819. So there is no, this is just this what's it called? This is just a report of what's at the coroner's office. It is not a report on when she went missing. Okay. It's not a report on when she went missing. It's just a simple coroner's report, basically like an itemization of what they have in their freezers. Okay. So Alexi Glow says, I'm not alive and nobody but my BF seems to care. It's sad. Heck, it's sad. It's sad. Now here's my thing, and I hate to jump down a conspiracy theory rabbit hole, but here's my thing, right? How do we know she made it to the date? There's no evidence that she actually left the house. None. There's no evidence that she actually left the house and made it to that date. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, how do we know that her parents aren't super strict and she told him she was going on a date and the parents were like, no, and they got into a heated exchange? How do we not know that? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Are you following what I'm saying? Because why are the parents being elusive? Why are the parents not claiming her body? Where's the funeral? She should have been had a funeral. So how do we know that Amber actually left the house to go out on a date? Is there any evidence to that? And I don't think that there is. I don't. There is no evidence that she left that house. But let's continue, okay? So she goes on to say that, did the parents confirm the body? Was it on the 3rd or the 25th? Because nobody knows. And she said the stories keep changing. Trey goes on to say that, I just want to know what the F happened to my BFF. Y'all slow if y'all think I'm not about to find out. She goes on and says, y'all are liars. Her parents did not go see her body. I'm in effing tears. And then she says, My best friend's body been sitting there for a month. She says to her best friend, who goes by Benny Benz on Facebook, I'm sorry, babe. I'm leaving the effing police station now. What the F? Some of y'all are like, um, yeah, I'm not trying to spook or scare nobody, but I don't think those parents went, I don't think the parents went, I'm sorry, let me correct myself. I don't think she actually went out on a date. I don't. I don't think she left the house. I think she was going to go on a date, but she says she lived with both her parents, right? She lived with both of her parents. So, how do we know her parents aren't incredibly strict, incredibly you know what I mean, possessive, you know, doesn't allow her to go out on date? How do we know that? How do we know that she didn't get into a heated argument with her parents and they harmed her and dumped her body? You know what I mean? If we're keeping it a buck, okay, we're keeping it a buck. How do we know? How is there any evidence that the parents didn't do something? Because we can't leave no stone unturned now, honey child. We can't leave no stone unturned. We can't. We cannot leave no stone unturned at all. This is what Statement 92 says. If it wasn't for her best friend, would anyone have said anything? No. No. Yeah. This is from Planet Free Spirit says, so they may have done something to her, sent the last text message, and disposed of the phone after moving her body to the motel. Wait a minute. Planet. Are you saying that you think the parents sent her friend the text message saying that she was going on a date with a fine man to the best friend? And then just dumped her body? But they probably didn't know she had her location services on. You know what I mean? And you got this annoying best friend, right, on a Scooby Doo mission who won't get out of your face. She's knocking on your door. She's calling, texting. She's harassing you because she wants to know, when is my friend's funeral? Did you identify the body? Did you pick her up? I don't know. Life insurance? How old are these girls? You know? Maybe the parents were just sick of having her in their house. I'm not, listen, no shade, no shade. But the first thing I thought was, what is the Amber Wheeler, the girl who passed away, what is her nationality? You know what I mean? Are her parents like traditionalists? Are they African? Are they Haitian? Are they Caribbean? You know what I mean? Where they have like very strict, like certain guidelines that, like it happens, y'all. Like what? Let's go to her page really quick. Let's go to Benny Ben's page, the girl who died. Does she have any photos? This is from Kanye Gerard. Somebody said, hold on, let me read this. Somebody said, I saw this on her best friend's post. I wonder how old they are. I mean, she had braces, which means she's probably still on her parents' insurance plan. Says, okay, I'm coming out. Ugh. Someone says, okay, I'm coming out. Hope nobody sees this, but if you do, it was meant for you to see. On March 1st, my homie took her on a date at a steakhouse in Detroit. He texted me and said she finna sell her cat to him and asked me if I wanted to buy it. She was real drunk. So I came and slept with her, thinking she would not run or tell nothing, which she didn't. But when I got finished, my homie said it was his turn and she started fighting and biting him. They killed her. I can't sleep or eat or do anything. I feel so lost knowing this happened and she won't let me sleep. Whoa. I don't know if this is real or not. Wow. I don't know if that's a real post or not. I mean, it's something, you know? She's got over 8,000 comments. There's probably all kinds of stuff in these comment sections. Gosh. Somebody says, sounds like BS. The body found probably staged, the three cameras, but they couldn't find any evidence. The shipping containers, the nonchalant mom. Sounds like human trafficking to me. Wow. I don't know what to make of it. Could that be a story? I'll put my money on the parents. I got money on the This is not Kool-Aid, but it sure does taste like it. It's probiotics. Um, I got my money on the parents. I got my money on the parents. Right. Right. Let me get some of y'all the comments be going. It's from Yochita says, I know date fine men that 25-year-olds say that. You're telling me nobody saw her out? Like, does she have a car? Does she drive? Did he pick her up? Nothing. There's like nothing. It's like radio silence. This from Lex says something's definitely off. Heck yeah. You said bright peach, right? Yeah. This from Ladybugs. This from Ladybug says, it's odd that the parents aren't concerned. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. This from Samuel Moose says she was a professional nurse. Parents will be proud of her. She was a nurse. She was a nurse. She looks a little young to be a nurse, but hey, when in Rome, if that's possible, then yeah. But why are they not concerned about her? Because I was going to ask if she was African or Caribbean. I'm not saying that African or Caribbean's parents are horribly, distant from their kids. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's more common when you have that kind of dynamic that there's something else afoot. This from Shay Lopez says, if I'm telling my best friend about a date I'm about to go on and just went to I'm calling her, having a call. Yeah, like even when I tell my friends that I have dates, I'm like very detailed about the date. Like I'm talking to them, I'm giving them details, I'm showing them pictures of him. Like I'm obviously sharing my location because I'm not a crazy person. Like I'm gonna share my location. But she didn't do nothing, none of that. I mean, she shared her location because they're best friends and they always share locations, but she didn't even tell her who the guy is, how she met him, where they were linking up to, where they were going. It was just so ambiguous. Like, that's what makes me feel like the parents wrote it, You know what I mean? That's what makes me feel like the parents wrote it because it was just so dry. It was just like, here. It was just like giving her friend something to say, you know? Like, I don't know. I want to talk to that best friend though. This from Tovana. Tovana says, are those even her real parents? Could explain why the police haven't come knocking on the door to notify them of the death. Like, is she adopted? Is that what you're asking? Is Amber adopted? Possibly, but the parents aren't talking, so we don't know if she's adopted or not. But she's definitely on their health insurance because she's got braces. This from Miss Benita says, wow, the parents, I need to catch up. How we get from body unclaimed to the parents ignoring the best friend of the child. This from Shay says, right, could be tied to religion, spiritual beliefs. So strange. Yeah. Or I think it's like, I feel like it's tied to money, like parents like in debt. I don't know. This is a tough one. It looked like it was written from an anonymous Facebook page, but I don't know. I mean, it seems detailed, but it's just like, why are you saying it on Facebook? Why are you not saying it on to the police? You know that you witnessed it because you got a guilty conscience. You know, I don't know. And my thing is, why would you leave a Facebook post and not even tell us who the person she went on a date with? Like, we have no concept of who this person is. We have no idea who she went on this date with. None at all whatsoever. Like we have no idea who she's on a date with. Yeah, we need more evidence. You're right. This from Alexi Glow says, my parents have been extremely disappointed with some of their kids, but never, no matter how mad they are, they act didn't matter, especially if there's foul play involved. Yeah. I think the police are involved, but I don't know. I need a copy of that coroner's report. I'm gonna have to get a copy of it because I gotta figure out how she died. Was it strangulation? Because it hasn't been released how she died. So if that person who posted that caption saying, "Oh, my friend took her out on a date, said he was gonna sell her cat and strangled her to death," if that matches up with that person's comment, then that person might know something. You know what I mean? But how do we not know it's not the parents doing it? Leaving a message on a burner page. How do we not know it's the parents? Just to throw people off. How do we not? I mean, stranger things have happened. How do we not know the parents didn't leave that comment from a burner Facebook page to throw people off the trail? Because everyone's really focused on the parents' attitude, and that comment will send you down the wrong rabbit hole. That's why I'm kind of holding on to what the parents and their demeanor. You understand what I mean? Because a random comment is just a random comment. Somebody could be trolling, somebody could just be bored and just saying stuff on Facebook. But the parents' attitude and demeanor is something that should be focused on, right? Okay, so she's 26 then. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Lori. Okay, I needed to know that. Thank you. Yeah, 96 or 97. So she could have been a nurse, but she was living with her parents. And if there's nothing wrong with that. But then we'd have to look up her license because I don't know. We'd have to look up her license to see if that's true that she's a registered nurse. If we go back to her page, maybe she's posted something about being a nurse. Oh wait, Let's see if she's got a bio. No, nothing in here. Yeah, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. So, yeah, I don't, she might be, but I don't see any evidence of that. I would have to look up her license specifically to see that. This is from Miss Benita says, so he's confessing and snitching on Facebook. Bold chess move, yeah. You said, where's the people? Where's the people's to at least make a statement? I don't know. I don't know where the parents are. This from 15 to Boss says, yeah, sounds like organ selling or human trafficking. It's hard out here and people doing whatever to make a dollar. Parents definitely not looking innocent. They are not. Parents looking greasy as, you know. Parents out here look. The parents not looking too good. This is from Planet Spirit says, let me come up missing, and my boyfriend and my friends and my family, and my sisters would call the police, FBI, and OSHA. I don't know why. You said form a search party and drain the oceans to find me. Ain't no way. For real. Yeah. This from Kim B says, question is, if they're BFF, like why is she saying she about the guy they like she's saying, why didn't she know about, I don't know. I feel like that was a decoy. That feels like a decoy. It feels like a decoy. It does. It feels like a diversion and an adversion. It seems, and here's what's also strange, that when your iPhone is dead, okay? When your iPhone is dead, your messages don't turn green. They just don't deliver. But the fact that the next day her iPhone was disconnected, and that is what's leading me back to the parents, because her messages turned green. That is a sign that that number is disconnected. That's what that is. That's what that is. So when your iPhone is dead, people can text you all day long till they're blue in the face, but it just won't deliver. And it'll just remain blue, and it'll just say undelivered. Or it won't say undelivered. It'll just be blue. When your phone is on, it'll say delivered. When your phone is disconnected, it's green. So my thing is that the parents, I think they disconnected her phone the next day completely. Completely disconnected her phone completely. Yep, that's right. You said iPhone wouldn't even tell you it's delivered or sent. If it's dead, yeah, it's just a blue message. Like, it's just blue. It's just a blue message, right? Like it says delivered. I've sent messages before. Yeah. 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 It's only, that's right, Cooper. If your phone is off or they got you blocked. Not even. I've been blocked. I've been blocked and sent people messages via iPhone. It just delivers it, but it don't do nothing. I think the parents are on this. I think the parents, here's my thing. I think that Amber was dead well before those messages were sent to the best friend. I think that's what I think. I think she was dead well before she told her friend she was going on a date. I think the parents know. I want to know what happened that day. I want to know when the last time the best friend called her on the phone and spoke with her, because that's going to be really telling. It's going to be really telling. It's 15. The boss says, yeah, it shows up green on her phone. I think they disconnected her phone the next day. And thank God the friend had enough thought in her head to check her friend's last known location. Hold on one second. It says this is her last location 58 hours ago from the moment her friend pulled it up. She went missing. She last spoke to her friend. She last spoke to her friend on Wednesday. Hold on, let me pull up my thing. Let me pull this up. Hold on. She last spoke to her friend on Wednesday, the 1st. And then it says Thursday, she texted her, she didn't answer. Friday. So we can only presume. So wait, that's. I need to talk to this friend. I need to know when she took that. There's a lot of questions I have. When did she take that screenshot of her friend's last known location? Because it's almost as though her friend died as soon as she got there. And then the phone was off. Yeah. Yeah. No data. Yep. So Megan says, Chief, I love your analytical mind. I do my best. Thank you, Megan. All the way from Facebook. This from YV says, green text come through when a non-iPhone messages an iPhone. Blue messages come through when an iPhone messages an iPhone. Correct. But as a triple iPhone owner, if I message an iPhone and it turns green, my first indication is to call the phone number. And usually the phone number is disconnected. If the phone number is disconnected, your messages are going to be green. Or if your number is disconnected and someone else got your phone number and they opted for an Android, it's going to be green, right? But when your phone is simply just dead, your messages are not going to be green. They're just going to be blue and undelivered. That's it. Because if you look at her friend's messages here, right? The message on Thursday was delivered. So her phone was still active on Thursday. By Thursday night, her phone was already disconnected. You see that? That difference here? Here, her phone is delivered. This is Thursday at 12:35 a.m. in the morning. Thursday, her phone is active and it's delivered. So there's a signal. So 11 hours later at 10:59, when she sends her message, it's sent as a text message. That number is disconnected by then. It's disconnected. Lexi. YB says, if an Android texts an iPhone, it's green. That's correct. This from Samuel Moose says, how do you explain her car on the side of the road running, driver's doors open on her way to work, not the parents? On her way to work? What do you mean? Where are you reading that? Please let us know where you're reading it, so we can read it ourselves. Because if you can't tell us where it's from, it's simply hearsay. Okay. You got to let us know where you read that from. It's impossible for her to have been found dead on March 2nd at a motel, and for her car to be running on the side of the road at her job. That makes no sense unless somebody parked it there and left it there. You have to give us you have to cite your source. Okay, does that make sense? Cite your source. This from Lexi Glow says, why when she replied the date was nice, weren't there any details? She didn't say we did this, that, nothing. No, she didn't even go into detail about the date at all. Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. This is from Tovania says it turns green when it's roaming too. Yeah. Hmm. Indeed. This from Lisa says, okay, a bad service area. It happens to my daughter and all the time. So no, that doesn't necessarily mean it's disconnected or that it's an Android. Yeah, poor service too. But even if the service was poor, it could be, right? That's possible. But if you look at the messages, she went on a date with this person on Wednesday. On Thursday, her friend texted her the next day. Her phone was still active. So where was she from in this 11-hour difference? Where was she within 11 hours that made her phone go from messages being delivered to messages being undelivered? That's the question. That's the $10 million question. This from Tavani says her friend could have also sent it via as a text versus message. I don't think she would go in her phone settings and change that, right? Like that for an iPhone, that's a feat of strength. We're not doing that. Once we set it as iMessage, it always stays as iMessage. I don't think anybody will go into their phone settings and be like, okay, this one I want to send as a text. We just wouldn't do that because it doesn't make sense, because you want to know if your message is delivered. So I don't think her friend went as far as changing her iPhone settings just to send her friend a message. This is from Narcisse. I hope I'm saying your name right. Says, could it be that she held down the message? She held the message down and sent it as a text message because it wasn't saying delivered. I don't think so, you guys. No, no. I don't think it's that elaborate. If you text your family or friend, you're not going to go to all those lengths just to send them a message, right? Like, you're not going to alternate between iMessage and text message. You're not going to do that. If you're going to text a friend or family member, you're just going to text them. It's just like a simple text. Most people are not going to those great lengths to send out a text message to their friend, switching back and forth from iMessage to text. No one's doing that, especially not an iPhone user. That's for sure. That might be something like a normalcy on Android users, but that's not a normal thing to do for iPhone users, to go and do that to our phones. We just don't do that. We just send iMessages because that's why we got iPhones, so we know when our messages are sent. This from Samuel Moose says there's no message in the chat. You have to cheat on typing it in the live. I don't know what that means, but you can just copy and paste it in the chat. I'll see it. I mean, yeah. Or just tell us where it was read. Was it CNN? Was it MSNBC? Was it Fox News? Was it Reuters? Was it the Washington Post? Who wrote that? Just tell us. All you gotta do is say it. If you can't say it, I'm gonna start believing it's not real. But let's continue reading the rest of her post. I think she made a couple more posts. She goes on here and says, this is going to the news, y'all weird AF. There's nothing I can do. Me and my mama really in disbelief. The best friend goes on to say, hold on, let me blow this up. The best friend goes on to say that my mama, my witness, when the officer said nobody came to identify her, the F, I'm sick. This is in regards to nobody identifying Amber Wheeler's body, which means that if nobody identified her, Then the coroner identified her based off of the stuff that was left, either her phone, her wallet, her credit cards, something of that nature. So she was identified simply by the stuff that was left behind, which is incredibly, incredibly sad. She goes on to say, whoever my BFF was with, they left her that night. So whoever she was with, they left her that night. Wow, that's also sad too. Um, yeah. Yeah, just paste the link in the chat, you guys. I can see what's in the chat. You just got to put it in there. Put it in the chat and I'll read it. This from Kim says, you don't have to go through that. It gives that option, and iPhone is undelivered. You can send a text. This from Rose B says, could it be possible that her phone was shut off for non-payment? Well, she lived with her at her parents' house. I imagine they're all on probably the same phone plan. It's just weird that her phone would be off. That's the weird part to me. Um, no, if she did, we don't know. We don't know. We don't have access to her phone. Um, we don't have access to her phone, so we don't know if she took pictures with that man. Who actually knows? We don't. The best friend goes on and posts a video of them together, says, I love you. I did all I can. I can't believe I'm saying rest in heaven. I just had to hear for myself. I swear I'm about to delete this app again. And then she goes on and writes this, says, all you weird and pressed, I never acted like I made the missing person post. I simply reposted it because uh, these keep deleting the post, and I posted it on my page and it wasn't getting deleted until I found out myself, and it's still not getting deleted. She don't even have a real missing persons report out there because only her parents can do it. Um, you people don't even know her parents and go identify her body. Like I said, I've been posting my best friend on my Instagram since March 2nd. The only reason why I brought it to Facebook is because, yeah, Facebook is a bigger platform. Then she goes on and says, you hoes are weird. First of all, let me just say this to the best friend, right? Focus on your missing friend. And for the love of God, stop reading the comments. If you're not reading the comments to get clues or gain an understanding of where your friend went or who she last spoke to, focusing on the negative comments is not getting you anywhere because you're focusing solely on the negativity. And there could be people literally leaving you clues like, oh, I was at the restaurant. I'm pretty sure I saw that girl there with this man, or whatever, something. But when you're focusing on all the negative clues, it's getting to your head. And so she might need to take a step back from this story because she's getting wrapped up in all the wrong stuff. It happens all the time because most people are not objective when it comes to research and analytics. They just like get caught up in their emotions. So now she's just addressing every troll who comes to her page. She's turned her comments off. So now she's reducing how much information gets fed into her Facebook page, which could reduce how much evidence she could be gathering. If there's no police report, right, and the police have not launched an investigation, and you're the only person speaking out, the last thing you need to do is have your comments off. That's the worst place. If you go to the best friend's page, the one who died, her comments are on, and people are leaving tons and tons and tons of stuff in there. So the best friend is getting too caught up in her emotions, and what's going to occur is people are going to forget the story and let it slip on by the wayside. That's the worst thing she could do. Turn your comments on, have somebody help you, add a page moderator, sift through the comments, and focus on getting evidence to your best friend's disappearance instead of focusing on naysayers who just kind of scrolled by and saw your post. So, because you're not going to get anywhere with this. You're really not. You're going to send yourself into a loony bin focusing on negative comments. People leave negative comments all the time across social media. It's like yesterday's news, okay? It's as common as time itself. So her focusing on that is just really ridiculous because it's like I feel like we're just talking in circles at this point. Um, yeah, your friend's not even buried, which is even more insane. the friend finally posts this and said, I'm sick of the examination. Place said it takes 4 to 6 months to know the cause of death. But me and a friend of my BFFs went to the motel where she was found. Apparently, she was with a dude and a female. But this was the last thing I'm posting since MFs think I'm trying to get clout. Share that. Yeah. Yeah, she's been sent down a mental tailspin. And so, just so she knows, no one else is investigating the story like she is. Your friend is dead and her parents don't care. So, if you decide not to post and try to help your friend get justice, you might as well just kiss the rest of this story goodbye. And I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. I don't know if her friend will ever see this video, but that's just an honest observation, right? If you decide that you care more about the comment section than your friend getting justice, then whoever killed her is winning. It's that simple. Whoever killed her is winning. It's that simple. And your friend will never get justice. Right? So it's crazy. This from Samuel Moose says, not enough details listed. Sounds like a personal cause of homicide. Sounds like a personal cause homicide. I don't know what that means. What is a personal cause? Tell us what that means. So this story was shared with SNBC 13 out of Detroit. And I want to read this story because maybe they got more details because the friend is not doing too well mentally. So we're gonna go ahead and leave her post alone. So they start off with Amber Wheeler's death. A missing Amber Wheeler, who's also known as Bunny Benz, has been found dead. She died, leaving family and friends in shock. A family member shares the news on their Facebook on Sunday, March 26, 2023, saying, "We appreciate all the thoughts and concerns for Amber, aka Bunny Benz, and with great sadness, we are announcing the loss of our beloved Amber M. Wheeler. We are requesting privacy." Oh. At this time of the report, the circumstances surrounding her death has not been known. They're requesting privacy. What? That kind of took me away a little bit. Privacy? What you want privacy for? Your child's missing. Smash that like button, y'all. The likes ain't liking. What are you requesting privacy for? Your child was brutally murdered. This from Jazzy says, I'm a Metro Detroit area. North Lawn is a pretty rural area. I'm shocked there's not more coverage or even talking about this neighborhood. Yeah, it's crazy. This from Miss Southern Belle says, sounds like an OD. You think? This from Cali 94 says she can only do so much without the parents. Yeah, there's only so much she can do without the parents. You're right. This from Samuel Moose says she knew her killer, personal cause versus outside stranger unknown to her. Yeah, I think it's the parents. This is my opinion. That's the personal cause. This from Ray Bishop. What's up, Ray? Says most people want all the noise um, when a loved one is mysteriously dies. Yeah, I've never seen a family ask for privacy when a family member was brutally murdered. I mean, that's a first. Definitely a first. Let's see what else this article says. This is what happened to Amber. After she had not been heard from since the 1st of March, a report of her disappearance was filed. Last time anyone heard from her was on March 1st, and the last place she was seen was the North Lawn block of west side of Detroit, which is where she was last seen. The description made by the friend says that Amber right shoulder, which is covered in a rose tattoo. It says the statement released from the family says there is an active investigation into her death and the promotion of misinformation hinders the progress of the investigation. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers. Funeral arrangements will be announced later at a later date. That funeral never came. I'm not trying to be funny, but Yeah, that funeral never came. The funeral never came. Here's another post about Amber. This is March 20. It says the family announced on Monday, March 27th, that she was last seen 2 days after going on a date with the unidentified male. After she was reported missing, her phone pinged at the medical examiner's morgue. It was later discovered that she had spent some time with her at Hillcrest Motel. Wait, what? Amber Wheeler, also known as Bunny Benz, was an African American girl found dead. It was announced by her family on Monday, March 27. She was last seen 2 days after going on a date with an unidentified male. After she was reported missing, her phone pinged at the medical examiner's morgue. How? I don't think that's correct. I'm pretty sure it pinged at that truck area. Possibly. I mean, if her phone was still active, then it could have pinged at the morgue's office. Possibly. It was later discovered that she had spent some time with her date at the Crest Motel. Statements from Amber Wheeler's family. They released a statement, announced her passing on the 23rd, um, talking about false information that emphasized that there was an ongoing investigation. They were passing promotion of misinformation. It could impede the progress of the investigation. Amber's parents, sources familiar with the case have revealed Amber Wheeler's parents were initially unconcerned about Wheeler's whereabouts and failed to report her missing to the Detroit police, according to a statement made by the friend, Trey Mays. The last time she spoke with Bunny was on the 1st, and her location showed that she was missing 2 days after that. Mays attempted to find her by going to the location on her phone, but it was a trailer park. And when she asked the residents about the whereabouts, they were told that the trailers moved frequently. Mays also visited Bunny's house, where she found the mother had acted nonchalant and indifferent about the situation. Amber Wheeler's GoFundMe crowdfunded page was created to assist with her funeral expenses. Let me click on that. Campaign not found. Okay, campaign not found. Funny. It also says that Natalia emphasized that she created the page to raise awareness about Amber's story and to help loved ones learn about the truth of what happened to her. She described Amber as a bright, outspoken, caring, and supportive friend who always helped others, even when fighting her own silent battles. Natalia said that Amber never let struggles show up. The crowdfunding page is a testament of the outpouring support and condolences extended to the family. I wonder why it's gone. Who started it and where is it? Let's see if I can find it. Amber. No, she doesn't have one. No. Interesting. Interesting. This is from Races. Ironically, another Amber Wheeler news anchor is missing as well. I think she's dead. I think she committed suicide because she had got, I think that Amber Wheeler, the news anchor, had got LASIK eye surgery and it caused like this debilitating pain in her eyes. And I think she took her life. I think that Amber, I know it's crazy, right? This from Gwendolyn Campbell Kennedy says this clearly is not making any sense. I see Amber Wheeler, nurse, missing since 2000. I know, y'all. Amber Wheeler is quite the common name. Not very common in Black people. Amber is, but not the Wheeler. Like, but stranger things have happened. So that is weird, right? The whole story is weird. The parents not caring. Somebody asked earlier, is Amber, are those her parents? And I'm kind of thinking about that. Like, are those even her real parents? I mean, I don't want to question her parents, but like, are those even her real parents? You know? Just lady said, it's a white lady on Twitter clearing things up, saying it's not her and that she's a news anchor. There is a news anchor. Yeah, it's just a common. There's an Amber Wheeler here. Um, this is a meteorologist who showed up dead. Oh, snap. Oh, there's a different Amber Wheeler. This lady is dead. Oh, I thought this was the one who killed herself because of her LASIK eye surgery. This one is dead. You're right, Ray. Amber Wheeler's death has been circulating all over the internet, and people are concerned about her whereabouts. Amber Wheeler disappeared has aroused widespread curiosity. Unfortunately, the lack of accurate information regarding her missing status has many people worried and concerned. The highly competent meteorologist Amber Wheeler is a well-known Good Day Dakota. She's currently employed by Fox 8 as a meteorologist. Oh, so is she? Where is she? Is she dead? Is she alive? Like, what's the dealio? Hold on. Let me find something that's not full of spam. Hold on. Oh, it's a rumor. So she's not dead. Her major was in news and documentary. She used to report for WFMY News 2. Let us know more details about Amber Wheeler's death rumor. Yeah. I guess she's not dead. I guess. I don't know why people circling. Maybe she got pregnant, or maybe she took a sabbatical. Not everyone who what's it called? And not everyone who just takes a couple days off work is dead, y'all. Y'all better quit putting death on people's names. Okay. All these Amber Wheelers are unalive. No, I think the news anchor. I think the news anchor. I think this was just a myth because maybe people were concerned about her being dead because, um, you know what I mean? Because she was just not on air. So people were like, "Oh, she's dead." But it seems like it was debunked. It's even here on Reddit. Yeah, it was debunked. Here's another article here from I hate this. Okay, hold on. Yeah, it was a whole Reddit thread apparently. And no, she's not dead, y'all. Mm-mm. She's probably very much alive. Ciao. This from Lewis Harris says, how many times did her phone ping before they took her body to the medical examiner's office? The friend found her location once. And then according to that blog we just read, they said it also pinged at the medical examiner's office because when they take you, they take anything that's surrounding you and your belongings. So that could have been twice, but mm, low key. But yeah, this story is crazy. I hope the friend continues to post about it so we can get updates on the story. I don't know what kind of crack the parents smoking, but I don't care. No one says. I think they got something to do with this whole gosh darn case. And like Ray Bishop said, please don't name your children Amber Wheeler. But I want to stay close to the story because it is interesting. We'll be back tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for a 30-minute show. I want to talk about Black China tonight. But thank you guys again for um, being at work watching because I know y'all don't get in trouble and don't say it was me. Okay. We'll be back tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern here at the Nosy Bystanders Live. I am your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. You guys have a wonderful evening. I'll see you again tonight. Okay. Bye bye.